Hi, everyone. So, my name is Kenya. As you should already know, I am the creator of all things Loop, and Loop stands for Live It, Own It, Obtain It on Purpose. And we are still celebrating 28 days of Black excellence. I'm excited. Like last year was great. I keep saying this, but this year is like we got some bangers. Like we got some great people. And if you thought that last year's was something, then I absolutely cannot wait until you see who we are featuring this year. I already told you that Loop stands for Live It, Own It, Attain It on Purpose. And our mission is to put purpose on display. We connect with leaders and influencers of color across all industries, giving space to their voices and celebrating the power that lives within them and their stories, within their stories. So, but today we have Deah from Dallas. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. One of the reasons why I wanted to feature you, I went and looked at your page. I'm not for sure how I got it. I think I got it from like a network or something like that. But I love the soul food and I love that you're doing so much in Dallas and the bus tours and
Thank
things
you.
like that. So tell me, how did you really get started? Because you're really working under like three different businesses, like three different.
It's true. They're all, well, I guess, okay, first let me back up and tell
Yeah.
you kind of how I got started originally. So,
Okay.
although I'm not from Dallas, I've been here for almost 20 years now. So, at this
Wow. So you're
point, I've
from
been in
Dallas.
Dallas. I'm originally from Sherman, Texas, which is
Wow.
up near the Red River, closest to kind of like the border between Texas and Oklahoma.
Okay.
But yeah, so I've been here for a while. I've actually been in Dallas longer than I've been from my hometown at this point.
Mhm.
So I love history. I've always loved history, but I didn't start practicing history and studying it professionally
Mhm.
until around 2017 or so.
Okay.
And then at that point, I started becoming involved with different nonprofits in the area. Remembering Black Dallas is one, um,
Mhm.
founded by Dr. George Keaton, who recently passed away. So, yeah, he was a friend of mine and a mentor to an extent, as well as a lot of other folks in the area. And basically in 2018, I went on vacation and I couldn't decide because I am a history lover. I couldn't decide whenever I travel. I always take either a history tour or I'll take a food tour.
Mhm.
And this particular city, I can't even remember where I was, but I couldn't decide which one I wanted. And then at that point, I began to really look into how the two are connected,
Mhm.
and what culture means to a people. So culture
Yeah.
is never just one thing. Culture is not only our history, it's our food ways, it's the way we prepare food, it's our language,
Yeah.
it's our music. So culture is it's like a catch-all, really.
Yeah.
So in this particular day, I couldn't decide what type of tour I wanted, and then that's when I had the idea to come back to Dallas and start a cultural immersion tour, is what I called them. And so I wanted to showcase Black Dallas by using our history and our food to tell that story. So I started Soul of DFW at that point. And then later on, I started feeling comfortable enough to speak about it publicly. Um, Started doing some writing. I write about Black foodways, historical food,
Yeah.
really. So I started doing that. And it wasn't until about a year or so ago I was accepted into a business incubator program called
Mhm.
Impact Ventures. And at that time, I was paired up with like a business coach.
Mhm.
And they then kind of took a look at everything I was doing, just as you mentioned,
Yeah.
and said, you know what? This all kind of ties into the same thing. Why don't you just
Absolutely.
create one business? And then that way you can say you offer these services. So today, I operate one business. It's called Nostalgia Black.
Wow.
And I have different services that I offer. One is writing. Another is, through the Dallas Morning News, I write
Mhm.
as a freelancer for the food section. And recently I just got added for my own food column. and that's going to be running weekly in the Fort Worth Report starting February the 2nd.
Oh,
Thank you.
congratulations.
So I'm excited. So yeah, I do writing. I still do the bus tours for now.
Hmm.
Soul of DFW. And then on top of that, I have like this technology piece that I'm trying to tie it all together.
Ooh.
So yeah, doing a lot of great things. And then just recently, I announced, I'm not even sure if you saw that part or not, that I'm going to be hosting a show. And
Hmm.
so the show is going to be called Soul of a City, based loosely on the bus tours. And we're going to start filming that in March of this year. So a lot of
Wow.
exciting things coming up.
Absolutely. That's it. That's definitely exciting. And congratulations on all of it. It
Thank
sounds
you.
amazing. I really want to talk about the bus tours because I think and I believe that we don't have enough of it. I asked my nephew or well my niece them the other day just some history questions and they could not answer anything. And
Yeah.
so it made your business and what you're doing so much more important for me. So I was like,
Thank you.
dang, she should come to our area, to like, do
Where are you?
I'm in Indiana.
Oh, you
I'm
know
from
what?
Indiana.
I've been meeting so many people from Indiana recently. It's actually kind of
Really?
bizarre. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Indiana. I'm from Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
Born and raised. So yeah, I just think that we need to make it more bigger
Yeah.
for the younger generation. So definitely think about that. I'm not saying you got to do it, but definitely think about it.
Well, you raised a very valid point. I have
Okay.
actually, so it's just myself and I do have one assistant who helps me on the
Okay.
tours, but other than that, I'm kind of juggling everything
Mhm.
by myself, which I'm sure you
Yeah.
know how it is to do something like that.
Absolutely.
So really I do have plans to answer your
Mhm.
question to expand the tours, but I think
Yeah.
the show will allow me the opportunity
To
to
do
reach
that.
a
Yeah.
broader network. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and so although I didn't say it before,
Mhm.
we'll be filming the show in March, and then the
Mhm.
plan is to hopefully sell it to networks so that we can have a larger platform. So I
Yeah.
hope to do exactly what you just said and reach
Mhm.
larger audiences so that we can all kind of, I want to make our history accessible to people. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So what do you feel like your definition of living in your purpose? What's the definition for you?
My definition of living and my purpose is, wow, that's a great question. I would
Mhm.
have to say it is being passionate in what I do and really believing in what I do,
Yeah.
having confidence in that. Um, I actually started out kind of doing this as kind of a more part time thing. And
Wow.
honestly, I never thought it would be something sustainable for
Mhm.
like a professional career. It just
Yeah.
wasn't, not that I didn't enjoy it, I loved it, but I
Mhm.
didn't think that that was something that I could do full time. So I was really afraid to step out. And it wasn't until a year ago, actually, I just passed the anniversary of when it was January the 11th, is when
Mhm.
I kind of started thinking I had to create an exit strategy. And then I actually turned in my 2 week notice during Black
Oh
History.
wow.
And
Oh, okay.
so, yeah, so I've been doing this full time as my main career for a year now. So, yeah,
Mhm. Oh, that is awesome.
thank
So,
you.
who have you looked up to that you feel like defines Black excellence?
Wow, that's a great question. Honestly, there
So
are
many.
so many. Yeah,
Yes.
so many. But I will tell you locally because,
Mhm.
that's what I try to highlight for now.
Mhm.
Um, Dr. Opal Lee, Miss Opal Lee in
Mm.
Fort Worth, and her tenacity
Wow.
to spread the word about Juneteenth and a lot of other, um, topics in regard to freedom. Miss Juanita Craft, who was an activist here in Dallas, years ago, and not a lot of people know about her name. She's not as
Yeah.
well known as, say, like a Dr. King, which we're
Mhm.
celebrating today. But
Yeah.
she was just as instrumental
Mhm.
in like a lot of ways in terms of desegregating many places here locally. So those are just a couple of names. And of course, I mentioned Dr. Keaton earlier today. But there are really so many. We're very fortunate to have a lot of people that I can look up to. And then on the personal side, my grandmother, she's
Mhm.
passed away now, but she inspired me a great deal, as well as my parents. So
Mhm.
yeah.
That's awesome. I know you have so much going on. I know you already told us about your big steps. So how can people follow you to make sure that they keep up with what you're going on? And then I know that you said you want to expand. So if they want to collaborate with you,
I
however it
love that.
is, tell people how they can follow you and get in contact with you.
Definitely. Well, my website address is Deah Berry Mitchell. It's spelled D as in David, EAH, Berry like the fruit, Mitchell, Mitchell. And then you can also find me on Instagram at Twitter at that same name, Deah Berry Mitchell. If you just type that in, I will be there. And then also Soul of DFW is the website for the tours. Nostalgia Black, which is my main company. You can find me in a number of ways, and I
Yeah.
respond usually pretty quickly. So
Yeah, you do. You do.
thank you.
Well, Dia, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you taking out your day to even be a part of Black Excellence. Thank you for being Black Excellence. Thank you for, pushing the culture forward by allowing us to continue to know our history. So I do appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And no problem. Make sure you guys go follow Dia. I really want us to really tap into our Black history, and she's doing some amazing things in the Dallas area. But if we can support her, and so we can get the tours in our cities, wherever your cities are,
Definitely.
please, please
Yeah,
go reach out to her to see how we can collaborate with her. Thank you guys so much for another part of Black Excellence. I am Kenya, as you all know, and go follow All Things Loop. We're still continuing celebrating 28 days of Black Excellence. See you guys soon.